Troops arrest notorious bandit, rescue kidnapped victim, recover arms. NDLEA arrests wanted drug baron behind 4 cocaine shipments to Saudi Arabia and Qatar. Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission finds Abuja Disco 1.69 billion naira for overbilling customers. The foreign and U.S. court sentences man to 40 years for beheading Govt Nigeria founder. Hello and welcome to Trust TV's news update. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thank you for joining us. The Nigerian army said its troops have captured the notorious bandit leader and rescued several kidnapped victims in aggressive operations across the nation. In a statement on a social media platform, it said in Birnin Gwari area of Kaduna State, troops stormed the terrorist hideout in Goboraba Forest, forcing the criminals to flee in disarray on sighting the troops. It said the troops recovered 1 AK-47 rifle, 16 rounds of 7.62 mm special ammunition and 5 motorcycles abandoned by the fleeing terrorists. It said in Borno State, troops were launched by a deadly ambush on terrorists attempting to transit from Sambisa Forest to the Mandara Mountains in Guza local government area. Also in a swift response to another kidnap attempt in Kairam village, Kanam local government area, the same troops successfully extricated 2 victims, according to the statement. The Chief of Army Staff has commended the troops for their unwavering commitment and urged them to sustain the offensive operations to flush out terrorists and criminal elements from their enclaves. The Nigerian Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has reassured his commitment to ensure the protection of schools across the country from threats of abductions and attacks. He stated this at a one-day workshop with the theme providing a secure and safe learning environment for the advancement of national development, held in Maimaleri Cantonment in Maiduguri. The Chief of Defense Staff stressed that over the years, schools in Northwest and Northeast region have suffered destruction from non-state actors, hence the need to initiate a school protection program for the safety of vulnerable children in schools across the country. He called on stakeholders and security agencies to synergize and support the initiative to succeed and urged Nigerians to join the campaign against terrorism, banditry and kidnappings by providing intelligence to security agents.
Working with all the security agencies in collaboration with civil society and the traditional rulers, we will succeed. On this note, please remain alert as we go through the roles of stakeholders in Borno State and environment in safeguarding our schools.
Providing a secure and safe learning environment for the advancement of national development is the third in a series that will be conducted across Nigeria to further educate stakeholders, including school authorities, National Security and Civil Defense Corps, the Nigerian Police, and the Armed Forces of Nigeria, as well as vigilantes and private citizens, among others.
The 20-year-old man, Paul Jeremiah, has been arrested for alleged murder of one Damilola, a 19-year-old 100-level female student of the Department of Biology in the Federal University, Lokoja. The Kogi State Police Command's Police Public Relations Officer, PPRO, SP William Ovie Aya, confirmed the arrest of the suspect on Friday. The PPRO said the suspect is also a first-year student of the Federal University, Lokoja, stressing that he was apprehended and currently in police custody for thorough investigation to unravel the circumstances surrounding the killing of the female student. The suspect, who is an indigent of Kaduna State, kidnapped and killed the female student and removed her private parts. The victim, Damilola, was reported missing on September 4, 2024. Sources said that the suspect kidnapped Damilola at a private student hostel in Felele, Lokoja, and took her to an uncompleted building in the area and contacted her family for ransom payment to secure her release. He was said to have placed an initial ransom of 400,000 naira on her, which the family paid to secure her release. Not satisfied, the suspect reportedly contacted her family again, demanding an additional 10 million naira before the lady can regain her freedom. The suspect was tracked down by police to his location and got arrested in the process of trying to collect the demanded 10 million naira ransom from the family of the slain lady. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) have taken into custody a wanted drug baron, Suleiman Ganiu Aremu, also known as Barishine, 2 years after coming under the radar of the Anti-Narcotics Agency. Suleiman, who is the Managing Director, CEO of Barishine Suleiman Nigeria Limited, came under the agency's watch list over his alleged role in 4 foiled attempts to export cocaine to Saudi Arabia and Qatar through the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, between 2022 and 2024. His name first featured on November 13, 2022, when a female passenger on Qatar Airlines flight to Saudi Arabia, Ajesegiri Kehinde Sidika, was arrested at the MMA in possession of 400 grams of cocaine, which was concealed inside female footwears. A few days after the arrest of Ajesegiri Kehinde Sidika, another drug mule, Lawal Latif Oyenuga, was also arrested on November 24, 2022, with the same quantity of cocaine, 400 grams, concealed in male footwears while going to the same destination, Saudi Arabia. The suspect, Lawal Latif Oyenuga, confessed that one Wasiu Sani Bolan, also known as Teacher, who was later arrested and convicted by the court, hired him for Suleiman. Justice Dipolu Deinde Isaac of the Federal High Court, Lagos, has granted an application by the NDLEA for the extension of the detention of the drug kingpin Suleiman for 30 days and declare his 2 associates, Oluwafemi Akonde Abidoye and Olarewaju Abdullahi Ramon, both currently at large, wanted. 2 persons have reportedly drowned in a boat mishap in the Moki local government area of Ogun State. The police public relations officer Molola Odutola confirmed the incident in a statement issued in Abeokuta, the state capital. She said the command received a report of a tragic incident at the Moki division on Thursday at about 7 p.m. 2 individuals identified as Ahwase Jimo and Ahohe Jimo from Ilekba village in Ipokia reported to the divisional police officer. Police said 2 individuals from the community reported the matter to the command. According to their accounts, 2 other individuals, Ahohe Seidu and a person known only by the alias Dogbon, were transporting firewood along the Mudu-Jago River in Ijofi, Ipokia, Ogun State, on their way to Benin Republic for sale when the incident occurred. She, however, said that community divers are currently engaged in ongoing search and rescue operations to locate the missing individuals, while an investigation has been launched to confirm the details of the both accidents and verify the statements provided by the 2 survivors. To forward matters, the National Emergency Management Agency NEMA has said that the widely reported flooding in Maiduguri, Borno State is beginning to recede and normalcy is returning to the metropolis. Director General NEMA Zubaida Umar revealed this in a statement on Thursday while giving an update on the current situation in the worst flooding occurrence in the history of Nigeria. Umar, however, added that search and rescue operation continues. She said victims of the disaster are being sheltered temporarily at the 8 camps provided by the state government. She added that the preliminary assessment estimated the number of affected persons to be over 400,000. With the support of the armed forces, paramilitary, civil society organizations, humanitarian partners, and the good people of Borno State, the victims evacuated from the flooded areas that are not in the camps have been accommodated by their relations in safe, higher places. To health-related matters, at least 4 cases of monkeypox have been confirmed in 2 local government areas of Benue State. State epidemiologist Asema Musuega disclosed this on Thursday in Makurdi, the state capital. He said the recorded 20 suspected cases from 5 local government areas so far this year. Musuega noted that the confirmed mpox cases were recorded in Makurdi and Gwe West, while suspected cases were identified in 5 other local government areas. He said the latest suspected case came from Gwe East, with lab results expected by the end of the week. Nigerians in Lagos are groaning over the increase in the cost of baking ingredients, leading to a significant rise in bakery products. For instance, flour. A primary ingredient in baking has risen to 4,500 naira per pint, while sugar has increased to 8,000 naira per pint. Victoria Chokole, who spoke to traders and bakers in Lagos, sent in this report is presented from our studio.
The recent increase in fuel price has given bakers in Lagos cause for concern over the resultant increase in the cost of baking ingredients. This surge in prices has in turn led to a significant rise in the cost of their final product, such as bread, cakes, and other pastries made from flour. Sellers of baking ingredients at Masalasi Alaji Market in Lagos said the escalating prices of essential items such as flour, sugar, and other baking necessities is no making of theirs.
Some things of the baking like butter, like all this butter, we used to sell butter like Simas. Simas, we got it 45,000 per carton. Where we got Dafa 46,000 per carton. So each one sachet of butter now, we sell it 850 for carton price of Simas, where the same price with the Nafa 850.
The paint now we are selling, before we used to sell it 8,500, but now because of the increasing of more all these things that we have, fuel problem and all these things, now we used to sell a paint 16,500. The smallest cup we used to sell it some 3,500, some 4,500. The sugar also now it's almost, we used to buy it before 32,000, but now it's almost 83,000 naira.
The rise in the cost of baking ingredients has compelled bakers to raise the prices of their products. In some cases, this has also led to a reduction in product quality, further exacerbating concerns among Nigerians who are lamenting the declining standard of living as basic necessities rapidly become luxuries.
They buy 500 milk, 500 now. The biggest cup is almost like 2,000 naira now. Before it's 500 naira.
The prices we give to people have also skyrocketed because of the prices we are buying from the market now. Every day I come, a new price is on the products that I want to buy. So when I go back, I also increase my price for whatever I'm baking for people.
Nigerians are urging policymakers in the country to reduce the cost of fuel, which in turn will bring down the price of baking ingredients, particularly flour and sugar, which are essential for baking.
Two more stories. Section 327 of the Criminal Code and 231 of the Penal Code Act in Nigeria states that any person who attempts to kill himself or herself is guilty of a misdemeanor and is liable to imprisonment for 1 year, a fine, or even both. Experts say that the criminalization of suicide in Nigeria has had significant implications for mental health care and prevention efforts, compounding issues such as stigmatization of individuals who attempt suicide. On the occasion of the World Suicide Prevention Day, Trustivist Sagir Ibrahim examines how the law criminalizing attempted suicide, coupled with the current state of the nation, may be pushing more Nigerians to the brink. Here's the report.
Statistics on suicide in Nigeria paint a concerning picture. The rate of attempted and completed suicides is alarmingly high, particularly in a country with limited mental health resources and diminishing purchasing power among citizens. The World Health Organization reports that over 720,000 people worldwide die by suicide each year, and for every life lost, many more attempt to end their own. The report also indicates that in Nigeria, the suicide rate stands at 6.9 per 100,000 people, a figure that underscores the urgent need for effective prevention strategies. More worrisome is the criminalization of suicide in Nigeria, according to Section 327 of the Constitution, a section which was inherited from colonial laws.
Even in England now, it's in the UK, it's no longer criminalized. They had to change and repeal that law. When you attempt suicide, what the law is basically saying is you have to succeed and die, because if you don't, you're now a criminal who would be charged, arrested, charged to court, and you could get sentenced to up to 1 year jail term.
If I get to stress myself and my immune system gets weakened and I have to go to the hospital, why should you not say that I caused myself that, so I should go to prison for a year? So if that is not a crime, how is suicide or attempted suicide supposed to be a crime?
A legal expert explains that the provisions criminalizing suicide attempts contradict the provision of the right to human dignity as captured in Section 34 of the Constitution.
As well as the right to life and health, our laws promise us that our lives and our health will be protected and provided for. And so when someone with a mental health issue is saying they need help, criminalizing that would be a direct, violation of that right, because we've been promised the right to life and the right to health.
The experts then raised an alarm over a possible increase in cases of depression and suicide due to the current economic downturn.
When people feel like they cannot provide for their basic needs like food, shelter, basic things that were easily accessible to them, it can lead to that feeling of hopelessness where they see suicide as the only way out.
Difficulty increases hopelessness in people. All right. And hopelessness is the reason why a lot of people die by suicide. So if difficulty has been increased, then we should expect a lot of a higher percentage or proportion in the people that will end their own life, that will take their own life through suicide.
They emphasized the need for greater mental health awareness in Nigeria to prevent the culture of silence and stigma surrounding mental health challenges. The National Assembly earlier in 2024 formed committees in both chambers to review and amend Nigeria's constitution. Stakeholders on the occasion of the World Suicide Prevention Day are highlighting laws such as the one criminalizing attempted suicide as examples of outdated provisions that should be removed from the constitution. Sagir Ibrahim, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Now, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission has imposed a fine of 1.69 billion naira on Abuja Electricity Distribution Company for overbilling customers. According to the NERC, the fine is based on ADC's non-compliance with the Commission's previous order on capping estimated billing for electricity consumers. The penalty was contained in documented order issued by the Commission. The fine is part of the Commission's September 2024 supplementary order dated August 30 and signed by Vice Chairman Musiliu Oseni and Commissioner Legal Licensing and Compliance Daffy Akbeneye. In addition to the fine, NERC also issued directives aimed at improving service delivery and monitoring compliance with service-based tariffs. Still in business, the federal government has signed the Cape Town Convention CTC practice directions to reduce the cost of airline operations in Nigeria's aviation sector. The signing occurred during a stakeholders meeting of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, PEBEC, chaired by Vice President Kashim Shettima at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Justice John Soho, signed the CTC practice direction, which aimed to promote and preserve the nation's airline industry. Shettima commended Justice Soho for addressing the issue and signing the document. The Vice President assured airline operators that President Bola Tinubu's administration is committed to protecting and promoting the Nigerian airline industry. Away from Nigeria, a killer will beheaded his mentor after stealing nearly $400,000 from him to impress his French lover, told a Manhattan judge that he should spend the rest of his life behind bars. According to reports, convicted killer Tyrese Hospital was slapped with a 40-year to life sentence in the 2020 Lower East Side murder and decapitation of Tech CEO Fahim Saleh after he bizarrely broke with his attorney in a dramatic moment that shocked the court. Haspel had listened to his lawyer argued in court Tuesday for nearly an hour, and the 50-year life sentence prosecutors wanted for him was way too harsh. Then the defendants asked to speak. The shocking announcement marked an end to the gruesome case and often strange court proceedings. And in sports, Nasarawa United Football Club is strategizing for the new season. Nasarawa State Deputy Governor Emmanuel Agbadu held a closed-door meeting with the technical crew of the football club. The meeting took place at the Deputy Governor's temporary office in Lafayette, the state capital. The meeting was aimed at fine-tuning the team's plan as they begin life in the Nigerian Premier Football League. The Solid Miners Technical Director, Kabiru Dogo, Technical Advisor Usman Adams, alongside Assistant Chief Coach Abubakar Adikia, Assistant coaches Stephen Morga and Ibrahim Yahaya Sabo, with the exception of goalkeeper trainer Latunji Barua, who is currently with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, attended the meeting. With that, we'll come to the end of news updates at this time. For more of our news programs and documentaries, please do want to follow us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thank you for joining us at this time.